Treaty negotiations stand part of the schedules. The Honourable Tauhanari.
Mr. Chairman, just a few words. I want to, first of all, doff my hat, my Queensland hat, Mr. Chair, to the Honourable Minister Finlayson, who has, over the last 6 years, shepherded through what can only be seen and said to be some amazing settlements, some amazing negotiations by the likes of former members of this House, Rick Barker and Paul Swain.
Good guys. And
others as well. Sir, I want to thank Mr. Finlayson, the Honourable Chris Finlayson, for also shepherding negotiations through the Cabinet. And also to the Select Committee, Mr. Chair, who have done an enormous amount of work trying to hurry things through, but at a pace that we don't forget how important it is to do that. Mr. Chair, I want to make some points. This government has done more for treaty settlements than any other government. And people across the way, they may frown, they may pull faces, you know, that's part of being opposition. That's part of being opposition. But yes, that's how they look. But here's this. Started by Sir Doug Graham, an enormous amount of work was done in the first part. Labor came along and didn't do diddly squat. They did a couple of settlements, but to be able to do settlements, set up some offices. Thanks very much. But when you are doing treaty settlements, you have to be one-minded, and the one thing in your mind has to be justice. It has to be getting on with it. And this government has shown that we got on with it. It was about justice. It is about justice. And hundreds of people have been through the process. Sorry, what's that? Oh, yeah, no, I forgot about that. It's always a bipartisan process when you're in the opposition. But thanks very much. Thanks very much for, your hard work, madam and ladies and men of the opposition. But the reality is, if you don't have a plan, there's nothing going to come from it. And this minister and this government and the National Party had a plan. They stuck with it, and they are sticking with it. And as we speak, many negotiations are still going on around the country. And I'm ever hopeful that Ngāti Hine can see their way through to actually working with what is in front of them. They will get their cut of the cake either way. And I'm sure that Ngāpuhi, Ngāti Hine, along with so many others, will one day benefit from the negotiations, the treaty settlement process. Sir, treaty settlements are not made to fix the wrongs of society. They are about justice. And when that happens, Sir, iwi and people who whakapapa directly to the respective iwi can look towards the uplifting in terms of economic and social well-being of those same people. 6 years of hard work by our minister has made his name synonymous with success in this area, in treaty settlement areas. And I'm glad to say that the National Party has gotten behind it, the National Government has gotten behind it, has funded more settlements than ever before, because they wanted to and because there was a plan. And those are the two things that you need when we're looking at settlements. Sir, some will say that it's not enough. It's never enough. And we will never, ever have enough money to settle some of the grievances before our nation. Finally, sir, those that vote against and abstain on treaty settlements, namely New Zealand First, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chair. Appalling state of affairs.
Mr. Chairman.
The Honourable Christopher Finlinson.
I'm sure the committee will indulge me when I simply say how grateful I am